Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. Tony Robbins. Welcome. My name is Miranda Pierce. I am a Pacific Northwest wife and stay-at-home mom, former bling boss of Pierce's Paparazzi, and this is Making Yourself at Home. Now, last week we talked about how I love to start goal setting with a gratitude appetizer, if you will. But now it's on to the main course. When I think of goals, one of the first things that comes to mind is New Year's resolutions. But how many of us keep those resolutions? In a previous episode, we talked about how easy it is to keep promises we make to others because we want to be seen as reliable. But it's often quite easy to break promises to ourselves. Motivation is fleeting. You can always find a reason not to do something. So how do we achieve a goal? Before we get into the how, let's talk for a moment about why. Why is it important to set goals? I often think about the scene in Friends where all of the girls are sitting around talking about their future plans. Monica Geller says, "Phoebe, do you even have a plan?" To which Phoebe Buffay replies, "I don't even have a pla." I feel that in my soul sometimes. Leslie Riopel of positivepsychology.com says, setting goals helps trigger new behaviors, helps guide your focus, helps you sustain that momentum. Goals also helps align your focus and promote a sense of self-mastery. In the end, you can't manage what you don't measure, and you can't improve upon something that you don't properly manage. Setting goals can help you do all that and more. Honestly, I could just drop the mic and get out of here. Like, that summed it up so perfectly for me. So let's jump back to the why, or to the how. That's the why. Here's the how. How do we set and achieve goals? By making them real, by making them tangible in our minds, by making them realistic, and by making them attainable. I love this topic because most of my goal setting was learned either in academics or in business. And the older I get, the more I see its potential for literally any aspect of your life you wish to improve. It's so relevant and powerful. A great place to start is to just start drafting a really rough idea of what you want your life to look like in, say, 10 years. Treat it like a creative writing prompt. Get comfortable, have some great uplifting, fun music on, give yourself time and just don't hold back. This can be about any and all facets of your life. So dream big, kid. Next, we have to narrow it down. Pick out 10 pieces of this picture that you've painted for yourself that you would like to focus on in, say, the next 5 years. Now, in order to make those ideas into goals, one of the main tricks is going to be mindset. To help your mind engage and sense that these things are attainable, write them down as if they have already happened. For example, if I wanted to run a half marathon, I would write, I have trained for and completed a half marathon. Or if I wanted to be a finisher, like I finished, how invested do you want to get? But it's almost like a Jedi mind trick. It helps to feel like it's possible. That's going to be worth the time and the effort it's going to take, which is what comes next. Making a plan. Setting your weekly and your daily intentions, your schedules, your to-do lists, whatever it is, to accommodate, honestly, smaller things that will work up to that bigger picture. So say that's my goal. I want to run a half marathon. I'm writing it down that I've done it. And then I'm setting my schedule. I'm writing down what specific days, being as specific as possible. What days I want to go out for a run. I'm recruiting, my husband's help. These are the days and times I want to run, or, sitters, or whatever the case may be. Making those small, specific plans to make it happen. Rewrite these goals down often to give them a fresh hold in your mind. I would say maybe like at least monthly, if not weekly, and write them down again as if they've already happened, to continue that mindset. Lastly, you would narrow it down to one goal that you want to focus on for the next quarter, the next 3 months. You have to start small. If you focus on all 10 of those things, or if you focus too much on that rough draft of what you want the next 10 years to look like, you're going to take on too much at once. And then that's when the cracks begin to show. That's when plans fall through. That's when those promises that you make to yourself get broken. In the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Children and Youth Program book, it sums up this process perfectly. First, discover. Discover what you want to learn, what you want to try to do better. Next, plan. Plan those steps and actions, and maybe even who could help along the way. So people you could recruit, right, within your family, within your tribe, to, help with if you're a mom, those at-home responsibilities, kind of take things off your plate, delegate, but also people who maybe are good at the things that you want to learn. So maybe they can give you pointers and tips and help teach you as well, and offer encouragement. Next, act. Work on that plan. Do your best. Focus on how you feel about what you're learning. Last, reflect. So after you've accomplished the goal, what did you learn? How can you use it to serve others? And write it down so you can look back on it. Next time you have another goal, you can refer back to your experience. For me, I can set short-term goals and run off to-do lists all day long. I am so type A. I am like, that's just part of the fabric of how I deal with the world around me, how I process my thoughts is if I want to get something done, it's got to be written down. That's my jam. But if you focus too much on the short term, there's an overwhelming burnout that always finds you. And that has been the case for me. This system has helped me find a longer term picture for my life and what's possible, while also bringing purpose to those to-do lists. The more I strive to plan and goal set well, the more attainable my dreams feel. And the more I recognize that I am worth it, I am worth all that work that it's going to take. I am worth not breaking those promises I make to myself. Quote, a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. A plan backed by action makes your dreams a reality. Close quote. I hope after this episode that you feel like you can do it. Whatever you're thinking right now, that first thing that comes to mind, that thing as I'm sitting here talking about goal setting, that you're like, oh, maybe one day, ... If I had more time, money, energy, it's yours to go after, and you don't have to wait. You got this, and I'm right here in your corner. I'd love it if you would share with us a goal that you have, either here or on our socials. Next Thursday, tune in for our next episode. Until then, have the best week.